now on WRDE Coast TV.
A new education wing is in the works at Milton Theater. Find out what it means for kids and for the community.
Water testing in Georgetown and some shocking findings making a federal agency step in to help. These townhomes sit on land that has its groundwater contaminated. The reaction from the community dealing with this problem. Preparing for the worst. 3 opportunities you have to learn how to be safe in the most dangerous circumstances.
And speaking of dangerous circumstances, looks like we have a couple of storms starting to brew and move in our direction. We'll talk about the timing and the strike zone in your full forecast.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV. Your local news at 11 starts right now.
The Milton Theater looking to expand its reach and impact. Good evening, I'm Britt Leone. Charlie Sakaitis and Mallory Metzner have the night off. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We start tonight with a new education wing at Milton Theater looking to expand the arts for the community. Shakespeare once wrote, "All the world is a stage," and at the Milton Theater, they want to make their part of that stage just a little bigger. Coast TV's Carmen Holland shows us how sometimes growing is an art all of its own.
The Milton Theater, a special place for one 11-year-old aspiring actress, Sage McMahon.
You hear the creaky floors and then you smell the Milton Theater air, and it's just like it really sets the scene for everything.
At Sage's Calm Place, they have revealed the plans for Part 2 of the Renaissance Initiative, a new education wing expanding the entire theater, making more classrooms and rehearsal spaces, and even improving how actors get to the stage.
How our building is set up is that from the dressing room and rehearsal space, you have to walk out onto the roof, down steps to get to the stage door. And so it's one of the quirky things about, performing here.
In the past 3 years, the theater education programs have been sold out. They only can take a max of 60 kids. They have long wait lists. They even had to turn some kids away. They say this expansion with the education wing is so important, not just for kids who are in the program, but for everyone in the community.
We didn't sign my son up at 6 because the program sold out too quickly. So I think once they build a new wing, it will just open it up to more and more kids that will be able to join this program.
The theater hopes to raise $3 million to complete the project. And for Sage, it can't come soon enough.
This is going to be such a great inspiration for so many kids.
The expansion of the Milton Theater is an homage to the past and the future.
And it's growing and it's evolving, and we are, carrying on the history that has been here for over 100 years.
Art and culture is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is our heart and soul.
The Milton Theater hopes to start construction on the Education Wing project by winter 2024, and they hope to have the project completed by winter 2025. They'll be taking donations cash, credit, or online. In Milton, I'm Carmen Holland, Coast TV News.
DNREC has declared an emergency closure for recreational clamming and mussel harvest in Indian River Bay until August 24th. This is because of a recent sewage spill caused by a pump station failure in Millsboro, causing raw sewage to go into the Iron Branch. This eventually flows into the Indian River Bay. DNREC advises you be careful and avoid touching the water in the upper Indian River Bay, especially in the areas near the spill. It says the spill has been contained, but they are still monitoring and the pump station is still involved. DNREC says closure only affects recreational clamming and mussel harvest. The National Shellfish Sanitation Program has mandated that for 21 days, shellfish harvest won't be allowed. It's concerned about the potential fecal contamination of shellfish in the bay. We're moving on to weather, taking a live look outside into our Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House in Ocean City. It looks like a calm night so far. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Britt. Listen, be it far from me to ruin a beautiful string of beautiful weather that we have going. So we're on a roll here. So I'm not going to ruin the roll for tomorrow, but I may be pumping the brakes for you by the time we get to Friday. That's my spoiler alert up front. But for right now, here's where we stand. It's 72 degrees in Rehoboth and Bethany Beach, 69 in Millsboro, Redden, and 63, 64 in Georgetown, 64 in Greenwood. Now, we got up to 81 degrees, which actually below the norm for this time of year. So this was actually a cooler than usual kind of day with scattered cloud cover pushing throughout the region. But we are expecting the UV index to stay at a high level for tomorrow, but then it's going to drop dramatically for Friday because we're going to have a 10 for tomorrow, but a 4 possibly for Friday, pardon me. And so with our face of grace practice and sun safety in mind, just remember that burn time is in 30 minutes. We'll talk more about that potential of rain on Friday in a moment. Till then, back to you, Brett.
All right, thank you, Paul. The Environmental Protection Agency is testing harmful compounds in Georgetown soil, and it says this has been a problem for decades. The EPA says it believes solvents and detergents from dry cleaners have soaked into the soil, creating some potential danger to public health. These compounds can cause nausea and irritate your eyes or throat. The EPA says their involvement is recent, but they claim there is currently no risk to the town's drinking water.
It is accurate to say that the town's water supply has been impacted by these volatile organic compounds. However, the town of Georgetown has installed an air stripper system that effectively treats these VOCs, and folks are not impacted by these from drinking the water in the town of Georgetown.
The EPA has already started work on the site through soil tests, but more visible work and heavy machinery will be brought in by mid-August. And people are shocked and surprised about this contamination in Georgetown. Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman followed up with people in the community today to see just how they're feeling.
Kimberly Hines is the landlord of these houses on East North Street in Georgetown, and she had no idea that the Environmental Protection Agency is investigating possible water contamination.
Well, I'm concerned because, with contaminated water, there's a lot of health risk associated with that. I'm a nurse myself by trade, but we're just doing maintenance work here. Now, I wouldn't feel good about having contaminants in water, with the health problems it could cause.
Colombian Barber's owner, Carolina Zambrano, is worried that this could impact her business.
I had no knowledge of that. Now I am finding out that they are doing this type of investigation, and I think it's good that they are taking action.
Hines is anxious to hear the findings from this new report.
I would like to say, after let them do the investigation, we would like to be aware of what the results are, not just me, but the homeowner, not just a homeowner, but the residents that live here.
Concern, a feeling shared by the locals that live in Georgetown and the workers and visitors that spend time here. In Georgetown, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
A community update meeting will take place on August 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the First State Community Action Agency in Georgetown.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at some of the things happening across Delmarva. The Greenwood Public Library is helping people better prepare for disasters. In a 3-part series beginning September 11th, people can learn how to create an important documents binder, an emergency plan, and how to stay informed. High levels of bacteria were detected at Tyascan Beach. Wicomico health officials say those with weakened immune systems could get sick by swimming in the water, so an advisory is in place until at least Friday. Humane Animal Partners is hosting another free vaccine clinic. This one will be Wednesday, August 10th in Bridgeville. It will be at the Goodwill on Route 13 starting at 11 a.m. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
The man who killed 11 people at a synagogue in Pittsburgh back in 2018 has learned his fate. A federal jury sentenced Robert Bowers to death Wednesday. Jen Sullivan has details on the trial and reaction from the victims' families and friends.
The Pittsburgh Synagogue Massacre is the deadliest attack on Jewish people in U.S. history. Wednesday, the shooter sentenced to the harshest punishment, the death penalty.
I don't even know what to say about the verdict because it's not a happy day.
50-year-old Robert Bowers entered the Tree of Life Synagogue in October of 2018, armed with multiple guns, including an AR-15 style rifle, and began shooting outside and inside the building as 3 congregations gathered to pray. He killed 11 worshipers and wounded 6 others.
The peace of my heart will forever be gone.
Lee Stein speaking out about losing her father, Daniel Stein. For her and the other victims' families, the pain is still raw.
Nothing has been the same. Not for the families who lost beloved family members, and not for those who survived.
The defense argued the shooter had schizophrenia, abnormalities in his brain, and suffered from a traumatic childhood. But the jury was unconvinced. Prosecutors highlighted that Bowers continually expressed his hatred for Jews and showed no remorse during the trial.
He murdered them because they were Jewish.
The gunman was convicted of all 63 counts against him in June, and the jury found him eligible for the death penalty last month. It only took 10 hours for all 12 jurors to agree on the death penalty.
No verdict can set things right or restore what was lost that morning.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
We are just getting started. No ball. Canal Front Park courts closed. Why the courts need some work.
And we have a beautiful day on the way starting throughout the overnight period. We're looking for partly cloudy skies overnight with temps in the mid-60s and some sunshine when the sun comes up. But there's a little rain on the way.
The sweets to Milton. The famous Dolly's now producing goodies in the city. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Coastal Delmarva has so much going on.
Food, friends, fun, and more.
Why don't we just show you?
Coast Life, weekdays at 4 on WRDE Coast TV.
Sun-Kissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Delmarva customers choose Coastal Bath.
Coastal Bath works with you. We were able to get everything we wanted at the price we wanted. We just loved working with them.
Coastal Bath gave us a beautiful walk-in shower. It's much safer.
Coastal Bath is the #1 choice for us.
Now extended. Coastal Bath's sizzling summer savings is hot. Take $2,500 off your new bathroom now through August 31st. Listen to Logan. Local and family owned. Call or visit coastalbaths.com to schedule a free in-home estimate today.
Bringing the sweets to Milton. The famous Dolly's Candyland shop in Rehoboth Beach is now producing its goodies out of a facility in the city. This new, larger facility allows the candy-making process to be much easier for owner Tom Ibach. He says he originally decided to move as rent prices got to be too high.
We always planned to move the production out of town. I mean, the rent's so expensive downtown. It's not, you don't generate any, money like if you had a retail store there. So we wanted to do it, and then because the building got sold.
To buy Dolly's candy, you'll still have to visit the store on Rehoboth Avenue. They're open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. President Biden is continuing his week here along the coast. The president working on his fitness, riding his bike for the third consecutive day today, and last night both the president and First Lady were out and about to the town. They started with dinner at Matt's Fish Camp and then caught a movie at Movies at Midway, where they reportedly watched Oppenheimer. And when President Biden was asked how he liked the movie, he said it was, quote, compelling. If you like to get your game on over at the Canal Front Park basketball, tennis, and pickleball courts, bad news here. The courts are out of commission until mid-August for some resurfacing. Take a look from above at the park on a normal summer day. You can see some people playing there. There's almost always people out enjoying the courts. But all that use has caused some wear and tear that the town says needs to be fixed. If you visit them now, you'll notice some of the acrylic surface is cracked and peeling off in some spots. The resurfacing will take place for roughly the next few weeks with the goal of finishing by August 14th.
Having those courts get people out, they're getting exercise, they're in the fresh air, they're socializing. So there's a tremendous benefit to the courts, and we want to get them back up and running as soon as we can.
Reeves says there are no extra out-of-pocket costs for the city. The whole project is covered by warranty.
Pull out those smartphones and open up the camera apps and just scan the QR code down in the corner of the screen. And anytime a meteorologist is on screen, the QR code will be here. So you can take your smartphone and put it on camera, and it'll take you to your app store where you can get the Coast TV weather app, giving you instant access to Coast TV First Alert weather forecast right at your fingertips. Currently, we're holding at 73 degrees, and we are a little concerned about a little bit of stormy action that's likely to happen for Friday. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Right now, here and now, we are in the 60s, with the exception of the coast where we're in the 70s, actually. 72 in Rehoboth, Bethany Beach, Ocean City. Someone asked me a question, why is it so warm at night along the shore versus inland? Well, it's because of the proximity to the water. The water is slower to heat up and slower to cool down, but the land is quicker. So the land cools down quicker as the sun goes down than the water. So the land drops to 60, the water stays at 70. But when it gets warm here, it's like 100 here, but still at 80 here. So that's why you have that flip-flopping that happens all the time. Just one of those you should know. Remember that back when you were a kid? Or am I dating myself? Well, anyway, here we go. Wind speed. Looking out of the southeast, relatively light winds, and we're not worried about precipitation just yet. But it's going to be on the way. I mean, we're slowly starting to see things galvanize a little bit south of the Ohio Valley region. But for tomorrow, we're still going to have a UV index of 10, but then we drop dramatically to 4 on Friday. And there's a reason for that, because we're expecting a chance of storm. By the way, with the UV index, remember, it's going to be at a very high level, face of grace, practicing the sun safety. So you need to be sure to get the sunscreen and try to stay in the shade as much as you can. Quick look at our 3-day beach forecast. You'll notice Thursday's okay in Chincoteague. Friday, we're looking at 80 in showers, 81 on Saturday, pardon me. Thursday, let's do that one more time. Thursday on 81, Friday 80, Saturday 81. I'm trying to get to the weekend so fast, I just want to skip 2 days. So you just got to, charge that one to the game, okay? All right, Thursday, 78, Friday, 79, Saturday, 78 degrees with a rain and scattered showers on Friday. We're looking for rainy skies, boy, I'm really having a day, aren't I? We're looking for rainy conditions and cloudier skies for Friday, 80 degrees, scattered showers and 79 for Ocean City. And then for Lewis, cloudy skies initially, but still a little drizzle and light rain at the very least. Same holds true for us in Rehoboth Beach, but I would not rule out the possibility of rain there. And let me show you why. See, as we go into Thursday, we have the winds pushing out of the south and more moisture that's going to be accumulating and building as that occurs. As we go into Friday, we start seeing more isolated pockets of spot showers, like, for example, in the morning time between Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach, and then along Highway 24. And then as we go into the afternoon, we'll have that surge of air that's going to be coming out of the southwest. That's going to bring in and pick up a little more in the way of moisture. We'll have spot showers that'll kick off at Ocean City, and then Long Neck, and then just between Del Mar and Selbyville, right to the south of Highway 24 and along Highway 13 occasionally. So with all that being the case, here's what we're expecting with our exclusive and our 10-day forecast and our extended forecast. For Thursday, 84, Friday 84, but a 50% chance of rain. Then we're pretty clear for the weekend and another 30% chance of rain for Monday.
Still ahead on Coast TV News at 11, a shooting in Chicago injures 4, including a 2-year-old boy. Tragic details from officials. That's next when we return after this.
Summer won't last forever, but with a great selection of vehicles during Toyota's national sales event, there is still time to capture new memories. With friends and family. Before it all flies by.
Get 3.99% APR on a Tacoma, or go a point lower on a 4x2. Or pick a 2023 Tundra or 4Runner, 2 of the top 10 cars with best resale value.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
Welcome to Sea Level Designs. Come visit us for an extraordinary selection of nautical gifts and decor for your home. Choose from thousands of coastal home accessories, including pillows, accent furniture, lamps, indoor-outdoor rugs, wall decor, and so much more. Whether you live by the beach or just dream of ocean breezes, we have something for everyone in every price range. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to keep up with our constantly changing inventory. Sea Level Designs, open year-round in Bethany Beach.
Going solar can be a big investment. We provide quality equipment and first-rate warranties.
Let Solaire be your trusted advisor. We can provide you with a no-cost proposal, a second opinion, which could save you significant money.
Solaire helped us through the permitting, financing, and grant process. They offer a quality product at a fair price.
Whether you have a business, a farm, or a residential home, give us the opportunity to show you what we can offer.
Please give Solaire a call today. You'll be shocked at the savings.
Police are investigating the scene of a shooting that left 4 people injured in Chicago. It happened this afternoon. The victims include a 23-year-old mother who was shot several times and is in critical condition, her 2-year-old son, and the boy's 29-year-old father shot in the foot. A 62-year-old man who was shot in the back is listed in stable condition right now. Victims reportedly were all able to seek help at a nearby fire station. No other details are known about this as of now. More than 1 year after a mass shooter killed 10 people at a Buffalo grocery store, the federal legal case against the shooter is now making some headway. At a hearing today, it was announced that federal officials may still seek the death penalty. The shooter, Peyton Gendron, pleaded guilty to the mass shooting in February, accepting a life sentence in prison without parole in state court. Officials from the U.S. Justice Department, local prosecutors, and his public defenders will meet in September to discuss the possibility of the death penalty.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, a lot less pressure on the Nationals this time around after the trade deadline. Fittingly, the second best player from that Juan Soto deal a year ago got the start today. Mackenzie Gore going against the Brewers on the hill, but Mackenzie Gore going to need a new baseball in the second. Tyrone Taylor, a solo shot, his 3rd of the season, and the Brewers up 1-0. Bottom 3 now. Nats number 27 prospect Jake Alou. This will work. A line shot up the middle. 2nd RBI of his big league career as the 26-year-old ties things up at 1 apiece. Top 6 now. Christian Yelich starting to look more like the MVP of old. Swatting an extra base hit down the left field line. 60th ribby of the season for Yelich. 26th double as well. The Brew Crew back on top by 1. To the bottom of the 9th, Devin Williams in to close it out. Bases loaded, nobody out. Alex Call, a chopper to third. Andrew Monasterio trying to get the out at home. The throw goes wide, and now the race is on. Ildemaro Vargas rounding home, beats the tag from Williams and the Nationals. They win it 3-2. Take another look as Monasterio just going to pull the throw, and that allows not 1 but 2 runs to come home as Washington takes the rubber game against the NL Central's best. And tonight in Delaware, Lower Sussex looking to improve to 2-1 in the Senior Little League World Series of Softball. Head on over to our Delmarva Sports Network website for the highlights. That'll do it for sports.
The long, hot days of summer are taking their toll at the gas pump. Experts say that the recent heat wave has slowed refinery production in the Gulf Coast, leading to higher prices when filling up. According to AAA, the national average for gas prices stood at about $3.78 a gallon this week, about 25 cents higher than a month ago. But prices are still lower than they were at this time last year. That's when energy costs were sky high in the months following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Pharmaceutical company behind the birth control pill Tydemi is recalling 2 batches of the drug due to the risk of reduced effectiveness. Lupin made the announcement on Saturday after tests showed that the pills decreased levels of ascorbic acid, an inactive ingredient, and high levels of a, quote, known impurity. The Food and Drug Administration similarly warned people on Tuesday that the low levels of ascorbic acid, also known as vitamin C, could reduce the pill's effectiveness in preventing pregnancy, but Lupin and the FDA said they have not received any reports of adverse events related to the use of the pills. Affected batches were distributed between June 3rd, 2022 and May 31 of this year and have expiration dates of January or September 2024. Still ahead, happiness hacks, methods to becoming a happier person. Health news is coming up after this.
The American black duck is an iconic species, well known throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. Although the population is currently stable, they're well below their population goals and they're considered a species of concern. The USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service looks to increase and restore black duck habitat throughout the Delmarva Peninsula.
I utilize the Working Lands for Wildlife program to help transform a low-lying wet area into waterfowl habitat.
To learn more about the Working Lands for Wildlife program, contact your local USDA service center.
Johnny Janosic has been helping Delmarva families get a good night's sleep for over 70 years. And during our anniversary mattress sale, purchase any mattress starting at $16.99 or more and get a free anniversary bedding bundle. That's a free foundation, free sheet set, and free pillows. Plus, we have Ghost Queen mattresses starting at just $5.99. And it's even more affordable with up to 72 months special financing and no minimum. Shop the anniversary mattress sale at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Only Ultimate from McQueen Classics. From full restorations to customs, everything is in top mechanical condition. Plus, we offer complete in-house service with expert technicians. Or if you already have a Classic gathering dust, give us a call. The classic car market is on fire, and we would be more than happy to come and get it. It's time for the ride of your dreams from McQueen. Behind the new Redners on Route 9 in Lewis.
My brother and I have been on construction sites since a very young age, helping our father, learning construction and carpentry, even rebuilding wooden boats, shaping and bending the wood, focusing on every detail, building it the right way. Our dad showed us the importance of craftsmanship and the difference it makes. Grolic Builders uses the same attention to detail that our father used when he worked on his projects, shaping your vision into a home. We're a family of builders, Grolic Builders, homes built with honor.
Explore the natural wonders of the Delaware Bay at Fisherman's Wharf in Lewis. Our fleet of boats guarantees an experience like no other, no matter the season. Keep your eyes peeled for majestic whales, playful dolphins, and curious seals. From full and half-day fishing trips to evening cruises, special events, and even private charters, there's something for everyone. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, taking in the incredible beauty of the Delaware Bay. What are you waiting for? Check us out online, then book your trip today.
Delaware State Police have arrested multiple teenagers in Lewis. And listen to the details in this story. On July 31st, a trooper followed a Kia Soul that had been reported stolen. The car drove to a dead-end street where police say a 13-year-old boy and a 16-year-old boy hopped out and tried to run away. The 13-year-old was caught. Shortly after that, the 16-year-old was hiding with two 18-year-olds, Sean Rogers and Tanya Perkins. Troopers say the two older teens had lied to police about the 16-year-old. Now, 3 of the teens have been arrested, and a warrant is expected to be filed for Perkins. And if you live in Delaware and you've got a record, there is an upcoming opportunity that might let you expunge that record or even get pardoned. On August 10th, the Clean Slate Delaware Lewis Expungement Clinic will be hosted at the Trinity Faith Christian Center from 3 to 7 p.m. At this clinic, people can meet with an expert in the pardon process, will give advice and help with forms that could lead to a clear record. Registering beforehand is strongly encouraged. Now on to health news. Being happy at work does more than just put a smile on your face. That's what studies are saying. In fact, one study found if you're happy at work, it leads to a 12% jump in productivity, 37% higher sales, and 3 times greater creativity. So how can you find more bliss at work? Here are some happiness hacks from experts.
Johnny, what can you make out of this?
This? Well, I can make a cap, or a brooch, a pterodactyl.
How happy are you at work?
I mean, it varies day to day, but I would say probably anywhere from like a 7 to 10.
There's this idea of pockets of opportunity that come around where you have to recognize that not every day is going to be super exciting. I would say 7.25.
Research shows about 62% of Americans say they're satisfied with their jobs, but that number could be higher. One way to boost happiness? Try walking or biking to work. People who do this report higher levels of job satisfaction. Also, think about jazzing up your desk. One study found workers were 32% more productive when they decorated their workspaces. Experts suggest adding plants, artwork, or something personal to your area. Another way to boost happiness is to write down meaningful moments that happen on the job. In one Harvard study, participants who wrote down daily notes about their successes at work enjoyed higher levels of creativity and motivation. Also, move more throughout your day. In one study, researchers found people who moved more frequently tended to report greater life satisfaction compared to those who spent more time sitting in a chair. Lastly, try to foster friendships at work. A poll found people who have a best friend at work are twice as likely to be engaged in their jobs and have a better sense of well-being, with some happiness hacks to get you through your day.
Here's some more food for thought. Can money buy happiness at work? One study is finding that earning more money makes people happier until they reached $75,000 a year. And after that, they say money doesn't matter. Still ahead on Coast TV News at 11, a day to celebrate one of summer's staple fruits.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Taylor Oil Company leads a family of services offering energy solutions to Delmarva since 1927. Summer heat can be taxing on cooling systems. Now is the time to look into savings offered by the latest energy-efficient heat pumps and air conditioning systems. E.T. Travis can recommend the best solution for your needs with just the right system for your home or business. The Taylor Oil family of services. One number for all your energy needs. Call 410-749-2151. Day or night, our service never sleeps.
Get your summertime snuggles at Puppies R Us. You'll find a wag-tastic selection of lovable puppies and all the food, toys, and pup accessories you'll need. Vet-checked, vaccinated, microchipped, and backed by our Healthy Pup Promise. Right now, when you purchase a new puppy, you'll get $100 off and a free bag of Canada puppy food. For tail-wagging summer adventures, register to win a Possum Puppy Travel Pack. Visit us on Route 13 in Bridgeville. Family-owned Puppies R Us, where we put the puppies before us.
Are you on the verge of foreclosure? Is your home in serious disrepair? Or do you just need to sell fast?
Are you overwhelmed with an inherited house or a rental and want to cash out?
Hi, I'm Delmarva Dave Schmidt.
And I'm your sister, Christina.
And we're local home buyers.
Here to help solve your problems. We'll get you an as-is, fast cash offer on any type of property anywhere on Delmarva in any condition with no required repairs or commissions. Call or text today.
Or visit delmarvadave.com.
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years. 93.5, The Beach.
Jay Leno and Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kevin's going to give you $100, right, Ken?
Bring their own twist to a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life.
If I come home broke, my wife gonna kill me.
It's all fun and games.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE Coast TV.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
It is summertime, and we hope you enjoyed a summer picnic staple today on National Watermelon Day. It comes around every August 3rd, this Thursday. Go ahead and pick one up at a local farmer's market or at a pick-your-own watermelon patch. Cut it up into wedges or make it into a fruit salad. You can post to the social media hashtag National Watermelon Day. And some fun facts about watermelons. They're about 90% water and come in an estimated 1,200 varieties.
But another thing you didn't know about umbrellas, Britt, the healthiest part of it is actually the part we throw away, the rind. Google it. All right, here we take a look. Umbrella winner, Joanne Smith, actually, from Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling and Coast TV. Let's take a look at your Coast TV 10-day forecast. And with the exclusive forecast, we're looking at Thursday staying very cooperative. So we continue to ride this beautiful weather with 84 degrees for Thursday. Friday, there's going to be a 50% chance of rain. Now, let me give you the skinny on this 50% chance of rain. That's going to be basically in the afternoon, early evening hours, but it's going to be spotty at best. It's not going to ruin your whole Friday, but it will catch you sleeping if you don't pay attention to the skyline. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking for sunshine, 86 and 88 degrees consecutively, a good-looking weekend. Monday's going to look like a Monday, and so a 30% chance of rain, just kind of keep that in mind. And as we go to Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have temperatures hovering around the 90-degree mark. But you got to remember, that's pretty close to the norm for this time of the year, so that shouldn't bother you too badly.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Till then, have a wonderful night.